Welcome to Conversation with Zaki Baruti, with your host, Zaki Baruti. And like always, I want to give a shout out to my biological family. What's happening to the Universal African Peoples Organization family, what's going on, and to New Life Evangelistic Center family headed by Reverend Wright. Keep up the great work, and a shout out to our amazing cameraman, Bob. On that note, we'll have another great show, because in studio with me is a longtime community activist who has embarked upon an ambitious effort to create a museum. And we'll be talking about that along with other different activities that she's involved in. And I'm speaking of none other than Dr. Carla Wright. Greetings.
Greetings. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. It's been a minute since you've been on the program, and like always, I like for people to know a little bit of the background of the person I'm interviewing. So wherever you want people to know of you, past up to the present, what have you, feel kind to share.
Thank you. Again, I am Dr. Carla Wright. I'm a filmmaker, an independent filmmaker. I've also I explored acting. I've been in several union movies. I'm a union actress, both SAG and AFTRA.
What is SAG?
SAG is the Screen Actors.
You ain't talking about SAG and...
No, not at all. Screen Actors Guild family. Yes, I'm a proud member of the Screen Actors Guild. I also produce and direct non-union films and documentaries. I'm a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother, I'm proud to say.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I ran for United States Senate twice, 2 times candidate. We had a successful campaign, and may I mention that you were my campaign manager in my first campaign, and Johnson Lancaster for the second. Both of those campaigns, from what I understand, those candidacies made history. We came in second place on the Democratic Party in the primary, and so and then we tried it again and did very well, inspiring about 8 other African Americans to run for United States Senate right here in the state of Missouri. Not to mention the UAPO put it out there, so all over the country, it was record numbers of African Americans running for United States Senate.
And why was that important, since you raised that just real quick?
It was important, and it still is important, because as a member of Universal African People Organization, we believe in proportionate political representation. And how that comes about, we have to run. We have to inspire people to run. And we want to nail the positions, of course, but even if we don't actually obtain the positions, we have to challenge them.
Absolutely. But what is proportionate political representation?
Well, proportionate political representation is making sure that we have a fair proportion of every race, really, but we have to look out for our race. So if blacks are 14% of the United States, then we should be holding 14% of the elected positions.
Right.
And that's what makes it proportionate. And it's not. It is not. And we're going to keep fighting until we get there.
And I must add, even like when you ran for U.S. Senator, I really salute your gallantry for doing that. At that time, we only had a couple of black U.S. senators, which today is only 5 blacks out of 100, which is only 5%, when, again, as you mentioned, we're 14% of the population. And then when you look at the governorships, out of 50 governors, there's only 1 black, when we should have at least, ideally, conceptually, 5 or 6. So, there's much work to be done. But I just had to interject that. You finish up on your background, so that was a powerful effort for you by running both times.
Yes.
And what else have you been involved in?
Well, I've also been involved in, over the past 25 years, I've been fighting with the National Juneteenth organization I'm a member of, for Juneteenth to be a federal holiday, and we accomplished that in 2021. So I'm very proud of that. I wasn't able to go to the White House. It was actually, it was signed into an executive order by President Biden the day of my mom's funeral services.
Wow.
So it was a no-brainer for me not to be there.
And that was at the White House for what? The signing?
The executive order was signed for Juneteenth to be a national holiday.
Okay.
And so really excited about that. As you know, I've put on several Juneteenth events locally, some of the biggest Juneteenth events right here in St. Louis, and inspired a lot of other people. A lot of people are still saying, you miss Juneteenth. Some people think I invented the word. I didn't invent the word. Juneteenth was established before I was ever born.
Right.
That was established in 1865. But what inspired me behind that was last year when I went to D.C. to recite the Juneteenth national anthem at the White House, which I am the author of. And I wasn't going to have it any other way. I insisted I had to be the one to recite it. And while I was there, a group of us visited the Black History Museum. And it was inspiring to see, learn more about our history and to see the beautiful museum. But for some reason, it was in my mind and it bothered me. I wasn't comfortable. I kept saying, it's something else I need to do. And I remembered, you know what? When my mom died, the genealogist told us that my grandmother's grandfathers names were etched in stone or etched in iron or metal or something at the African American Civil War Museum in D.C. So I made it my business to locate that museum. One of the colored troops reenactors who had picked me up from the airport, he said, if you ever need anything, give me a call. I used that card. I called him. He came and got me. He took me to that museum. And I was able to see my grandmother's I knew my grandmother. I took care of my grandmother. I took care of my mom. Both of them, unfortunately, passed for Alzheimer's. But anyway, I was able to see my grandmother's grandfathers, both. One was a free man during the Civil War and before the Civil War. The other one was actually an enslaved African. And both of them fought in the Civil War.
And you saw their names inscribed at this museum.
I saw their names. Their names are etched in steel at the African American Civil War Museum. And not only did I take pictures and videos and shared it all over social media and still have it in my archives, but I was able to call one of my UAPO, the vice president, one of my UAPO big sisters, who's Sophia Siobhan. And her grandparents' name was up there, and she gave me the regiment, and I found it, took photos, went Facebook Live, called out her name, pointed it out, and I told anybody, if you know who your grandparents, I'm 60, so anybody within my age, it would probably be your grandparents' grandparents.
Right.
So you have to just do the math and figure out, who in your family, but it's not, is someone in your family or was someone in your family a United States colored trooper, it's who.
Okay, so with that said, on the other side of the break, we're going to take a break. We're going to be looking at you are so inspired to create the United States Colored Troops Buffalo Soldiers 13th Amendment Park, and we'll get into that on the other side of the break.
An epidemic of homelessness is sweeping throughout the United States of America. In city after city, people are ending up on the streets. Now, instead of feeling overwhelmed, as believers, we can do three things. We can give, we can volunteer, and we can pray. We can pray for the homeless refugees that we're finding in one city after another, all over the United States. So many people ending up out on the streets, and the hearts of so many are growing cold at this particular time and indifferent to the need. Jesus said, as oft as you've done it to the least of these, he said, even so you've done it unto me. When's the last time you've prayed for the homeless refugees in the United States of America, appearing in city after city, not only in major cities, but even smaller cities? So many people ending up out on the streets, even in resort areas, places you never think you'd find homeless people, they're there. Jesus said, foxes have holes and birds have nests, but he, the Son of Man, had nowhere to lay his head. Please pray for the refugees. Please pray for the homeless people in America. And pray for those that are on the front lines, the first responders, reaching out through Jesus Christ among the homeless and hurting, whether it's in Springfield or St. Louis. Your prayers and gifts to the New Life Evangelistic Center makes a big difference. This New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, is 63166.
God is our hope, and when we set our eyes on Christ particularly, we see that he has redeemed our lives. And I pray that you would partner with us and join in the incredible work of giving hope to people who don't have any. You can give online at nlecstl.org, or you can mail your tax-deductible gift to NLEC at P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, at 63166. When you give, you make a big difference in the lives of so many people who hear these messages and grow in their faith.
Welcome back to Conversation with Zaki Baruti. In studio with me is Dr. Carla Wright. And on the other side of the break, she had been motivated to create a U.S. Colored Troops Buffalo Soldiers, 13th Amendment Park. What is the concept behind the U.S. Colored Troops, Buffalo Soldiers, 13th Amendment Park?
Well, I'm actually discovering that no matter how much education a person has, a lot of us were not taught and didn't know our history about the United States Colored Troops. If you ask the average black person or African American who freed us, they'll say, well, Abraham Lincoln. But did Abraham Lincoln actually free us is the question. Abraham Lincoln allowed us to free ourselves. And how he did that was Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Martin Delany, even the white man, John Brown. They convinced Abraham Lincoln to allow the so-called colored troops, which were black people, Africans, enslaved Africans and free Africans, to join the Civil War.
Join the unions.
Join the union so they can fight in the Civil War.
Right.
The South was winning. Them country boys from the South was kicking the North's butt. The North had these businessmen predominantly, and they were losing. As simple as that. And so it came down to the nitty gritty that when Abraham Lincoln realized he could not win the war without more help, then they made the proposition: if you colored troops get in the war, if you win, I'm going to abolish slavery. So our brother said, come on with it.
Right.
Okay, 229,000 black men stepped up to the plate and joined the Union and became colored troops. And when I found that out, it just made my head spin around like the Exorcist, okay? It was no other way I can describe it. You know, Zaki, I just like, the cape came on, okay? Because I wasn't taught that at Beaumont. I wasn't taught it in grade school at Ashland.
Right.
And none of the other universities that I attended. And to know that not only 229,000 black men stepped up, but guess what? Over 400 black women said, Mama, watch the kids. I'm going with them. Daddy, I'm coming. Brother, I'm coming. Uncle, I'm coming. Because that was our only opportunity after hundreds of years to be free and make sure the rest of the generations do not have to endure the brutal slavery that our ancestors had endured.
Absolutely. And you, just to add a point in that, it's a shame that you did not know about it graduating from high school, which speaks to the fact that a lot of the true history of this country is not really taught in the public schools. And as a sanitizing of the history by your greatest president of the United States, President, what is Trump?
I can't even say the name, you know.
Right.
I refuse to let that name of this administration, that's running this administration, come out of my mouth.
Right. Now, going back to this amendment park, now where is that going to be located? And also you got Buffalo troops. So you got the colored troops and that fought in the Civil War. Then you talk about the Buffalo Soldiers. So what are the Buffalo Soldiers? Many people don't say, what are we talking about Buffalo? They on Buffalo riding? What is the Buffalo?
But let's get to the nitty gritty. Okay, so it's not where the park is going to be located. It's the park is already here.
Okay.
We are established. We are a landmark. We are the only United States Colored Troop Buffalo Soldiers 13th Amendment Park in the country, which I'm clear on the only one in the world. And it takes place, it's going down right now as we speak.
Here in St. Louis,
right
Missouri.
here in St. Louis.
The Show Me State.
The Show Me State, and we're showing them. We had the groundbreaking on April the 4th, the anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination, and it was covered by all sources of media. Even Fox did an awesome coverage on it. We are Googleable, baby. So Google us for more information. You'll see the groundbreaking. And what the United States Colored Troops, like I said, it was 229,000 plus over 4 black males and over 400 black women that pretended to be black males. The most popular one was Kathy Williams, who told them...
We're talking about the Union right now.
With the Union,
okay,
Union
I want to
soldiers.
get to the Buffalo Soldiers.
Okay, so
too.
we're going to get
Go
to the
ahead.
Buffalo Soldiers. So Kathy Williams pretended to be a male, and when she got hurt, they found out she was a female. She had told them her name was William Cathay. Mm-hmm. But anyway, moving on, the Buffalo Soldiers came after the Civil War was won. Now, every Buffalo Soldier was a color troop, but every color troop was not a Buffalo Soldiers. The Buffalo Soldiers was the baddest of the color troops. In short form, they was the baddest of the color troops. And they got their name by the Indians.
Native Americans.
The Native Americans. named them Buffalo Soldiers. It was said because of the woolly hair like a buffalo and the dark chocolate skin.
Okay.
And so that's
And what were the Buffalo Soldiers involved in?
well, the Buffalo Soldiers were involved in several things, and I don't think they really understood the mission, although they were successful and they took down a lot of the Indians,
The Native Americans.
the Native Americans,
Right.
for the white man. And I wouldn't pat myself on the back behind that, but I think they thought that was the right thing to do at the time. The Native Americans were not our enemies.
Right.
And, but the Buffalo Soldiers was the baddest of the colored troops.
Now, you say it's located in St. Louis. Where in St. Louis is this historic site, U.S. Colored Troops, Buffalo Soldiers, 13th Amendment Park?
Well, it's located in North St. Louis at 4007 Kossuth, right at the corner of Kossuth and Warney, family. If you know where Fairgrounds Park is, people say it's across the street from Fairgrounds Park. It's not across the street from Fairgrounds Park, and the reason why I say it's not across the street, it is a part of Fairgrounds Park. Fairgrounds Park was originally 200 acres wide. It covered 200 acres. It went all the way back to College Avenue. So we sit in the heart. We are on sacred grounds. This is where our ancestors lived, slept, ate, was medicated, right in the center of Fairgrounds Park.
So that's going all the way back to the Civil War.
To the Civil War. Fairgrounds Park, it was Fairgrounds Park where they had fairs owned by John O'Fallon, who owned O'Fallon Park.
Wait a minute, I'm going to have to interject. We got to take a quick break.
Is anxiety becoming more and more a part of your daily living? Is it sucked all the joy out of you till worry begins to dominate your life? Then I want to encourage you to take the nature prescription that is given in Matthew chapter 6, verses 25 through 34. Experience the peace that passes all understanding as you move into the beauty of creation, meditating on the God who's created all this, letting His Word unfold in your life. When He says not to be anxious, don't be anxious, but consider the lilies. They don't go out here and toil and spin, and yet look at them in all their beauty, the flowers. Look at the birds. They don't worry about what they're going to reap and sow, and yet your Heavenly Father takes care of them. He'll also take care of you. But put first the kingdom of God. Jesus Christ, through His death and resurrection, made that possible. Commit your life to Jesus right now. Call upon Him in this day of trouble. He will deliver you, and you will experience His peace that passes all understanding, giving you the ability to stop worrying.
Our subject for today is Cathy Williams. Nearly 80 years before women officially were allowed to serve in the U.S. Army, former slave Cathy Williams did so, patrolling the western United States as a member of the all-black Buffalo Soldiers. She was a slave in Jefferson City, Missouri, until the Union Army liberated her, at which point she traveled with the troops, working as a cook and laundress. Needing to work, she enlisted in the Army as a man, William Cathy. But being illiterate, she couldn't spell her last name, so her service record was recorded with the name William Cathy. Standing 5 feet 9 inches, Cathy was taller than her fellow privates and garnered no undue curiosity or suspicion. She didn't do it for fanfare or to pave the way for women in the military. It's because a male soldier would earn more than a female cook. After her discharge, Williams returned to life as Cathy Williams.
When you partner with New Life Evangelistic Center, you impact so many people. The economy in this country is really hurting so many all over. And we're seeing the number of people who are experiencing homelessness rise. You can make a difference today by giving your gift online at newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. Make a real big change in the lives of so many.
Welcome back to Conversation with Zaki Baruti. In studio with me, Dr. Carla Wright, and we're discussing an historic movement, U.S. Colored Troops, Buffalo Soldiers, 13th Amendment. Okay, we discussed the colored troops involved in the Civil War. We talked about the Buffalo Soldiers doing some work on behalf of the U.S. government, which at the same time we were getting our butts kicked as they going out fighting the Native Americans. Then you got 13th Amendment Park. What is the 13th Amendment has to do with the park? What is the 13th Amendment?
As I said, the Colored Troops Buffalo Soldiers 13th Amendment Park is located in the sacred middle of what's known as Fairgrounds Park. And so, but we own it. It's private. So we're not accepting any government grants. It's for the people, by the people, only by donations and fundraisers. And so the 13th Amendment come into play is that when the Civil War was won, that didn't free everyone.
When the Civil War was won by the
with
North.
the efforts of the colored troops.
Okay.
Because the colored troops changed the entire trajectory of the Civil War. It turned it all around.
Right.
And that's how it was won. So I'm proudly say our ancestors freed us. Okay. And so when it was won, it did not include every state. So the 13th Amendment, Abraham Lincoln ratified the 13th Amendment on December the 8th, which
of 1865. Right.
Which made, from that point on, every state in the United States must be free of slavery. Slavery is abandoned, it is illegal in any state of the United States except for prison.
Right.
So, family, we have to stay out of prison. We have to make sure we keep our people out of prison, because that's another reason why they're treated so bad, paid so low, some a quarter an hour, and all this foolishness, and we know what goes on in the prisons. But slavery is legal, and that's a reason why they are treating the inmates so bad and getting away with it. So the 13th Amendment, I had to add that in because that's what freed everyone.
So in terms of you not accepting government grants, how are you generating dollars again?
We're generating dollars. We're selling bricks. That's our largest fundraiser, personalized engraved bricks. You can get your name on it, your ancestors' names, a new baby. You can get a memorial brick for a loved one you lost. You can get your favorite saying. In my case, is "That's right, I said it." Whatever you want on that brick, it holds up from 42 to 62 characters, depending on what size brick you like to have. We also, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we do double Dutch, hopscotch.
Double Dutch. Back in the day, I used to see
10,
the sister
20, 30,
doing
40, 50. Okay, we doing double Dutch, hopscotch, potato sack race. We have vendors come
Potato
out.
sack race. Oh,
We ask the vendors. We have space for 20 vendors. Right now, we currently have 5, and we still have room for people to come out and vend. You can't afford your own store. You can't afford to rent a space in a mall. So guess what? We're giving you a space, and you get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days, and we're only asking for a $50 donation. We also selling, if you like this copper necklace I have on family, or this copper bracelet, while they last, because they're going quick. The copper bracelet is only $20. This is one of the fundraisers we're using. The copper necklace, this is pure polished copper.
So you're just purely generating the money through entrepreneurship to make it happen.
To make it happen.
Right.
But I got to tell you, our monument, Zaki, let me get it in now before the show goes. We have a 7 feet long buffalo statue, 7 foot long. And we also have an eagle that's 4 feet high with the wingspan of 10 feet, which is going up on a 20-foot pole. Those are our monuments for the Colored Troops Buffalo Soldiers 13th Amendment Park. And we're trying to raise money. So family, if you can donate or purchase something or get a brick, we need your support, because we have to get a fence around this.
Right.
We need a stone wall. We know what we need, we know what it costs, but we're short on funds. But our eagle and our buffalo are paid in full, family. We have to bring them home. And look, I just got to call a spade a spade. The white boy stole baby Jesus from the church on the south side. And if that happens, I'm not putting it past anybody from stealing the buffalo or the eagle from the park on the north side.
Well, you preempt me, because I was going to ask you. You don't think? You can just put up that in the hood and it'll be all right.
Absolutely not. We got cameras galore. We got gatekeepers.
But wait, we had to take a break. I'm sorry.
The New Life Evangelistic Center website. This is a phenomenal place to learn about all the different programs and services that New Life Evangelistic Center provides. It also is a great place to learn about different events that are coming up and how you can engage with those events. You can either volunteer and grow in the way that you serve homeless men and women, or you can participate in those events and grow in your participation in terms of giving and learning about all the different things that we have going on here at New Life. Another thing you can do through the website is giving either your in-kind goods by knowing where to show up and when to show up, or your gifts online. Those are a huge blessing to our ministry, and we make it as easy as possible for you to partner in that way. Another thing that you can do is download our NLEC TV app and learn about how to do that through our website. You can contact us through our website, and there are lots of different ways that this website is a tool that can help you serve people in our communities. We hope that it benefits you and helps you grow in your faith as you seek to serve and partner with New Life Evangelistic Center in ministering to the homeless men and women in our communities. Thank you, and share with your family and friends.
With all the problems going on in the world today, it's easy to feel confused and frustrated. That's why James chapter 1, starting at verse 5, is so important. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it be given to him. But let him ask in faith and with no doubting. For the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose that he'll receive anything from the Lord. He's a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. Don't be doubting. Trust the Lord.
Welcome back. We almost finished with the show. On the other side of the break, I was laughing toward the end because I had made a statement to the fact off air when I saw the buffalo, which is very expensive, and the eagle, that can we just put it up in the hood and it'd be okay? And you say, what?
Hey, the white boy stole baby Jesus from a church on the south side. So I'm not excusing anybody from messing with the buffalo or the eagle on the north side.
Oh, okay.
In the park.
Okay, then. So if anybody wanted to get in contact with you, I know we've been putting up the flyer for it, the park. How would they get in? Your phone number, let's emphasize that.
314-769-6067. Please call 314-769-6067. You can go on my Facebook page, Coffee Wright. It's the one, you got some perpetrators out there, so make sure it's the page where I have 7,000, 8,000 followers. You know, you'll see what page has the most hits and everything, and all my friends are full. But please call me. We also have a GoFundMe account. You can Zelle, you can Cash App, you can use credit card. You can call me, I'll come and pick it up, okay, and bring you your receipt, because we are trying to make this happen, and we need it to happen before the weather breaks. We already have a big event planned for December the 6th, where we're doing a cancer drive, a cancer coalition. We're having all the cancer different organizations. We're inviting them out to share with the community what they do and how they can give us some information, support, and network with the cancer drive. We're doing a 1K walk and a 5K bike ride right there in Fairgrounds Park, across from the Colored Troops Buffalo Soldiers, 13th Amendment Park family. But we need your support. This is for the people, by the people. The new administration cannot touch us because we are not accepting any funds from them. We do not want them, and we're not going to allow them to come in and take away our monuments or run us.
Okay, just on a lighter note, when you were talking about potato sack race, you took me back to a family gathering where one of my cousins, who was a short guy, just challenged me to a race. I thought it was going to be a potato sack race, but he wanted just a straight up run. And I smoked him.
You smoked him. I saw that video. You left them hanging, Zaki. All I saw was the bottom of your shoes. I saw it. I was like, go, Zaki. And I wasn't even there. I saw the video. We was all rooting for you. You did. You know?
All right. On that note, again, we only got 30 seconds left. Why is it important to be a part of a movement, organization?
Family,
real quick, 30 seconds.
You have to be a part of a movement. I suggest you join UAPO, Universal African People Organization. But if not, create your own or join a movement, because everybody needs somebody, and we have to mobilize, family. As simple as that. Don't wait till something go wrong in your family and then you're looking out for who can help me. Be around to help people, other people's family, and then we'll be there for you as well.
On that note, you close it out for me, and to my audience, may God bless each and every one of you. Get involved, as Miss Dr. Carla Coffee Wright just said. On that note, again, God bless.